Suppose we want to extract an aqueous extract from a plant. That means the solvent we're using is water, and we don't intend to use alcohol. But when making an aqueous extract, there's always one problem that bothers us, and that's its shelf life. Extracts that are water-based provide a very suitable environment for the growth of bacteria, mold, and fungi. Even if we work in a completely clean way, the extracts will still spoil after a few days or weeks, because water has no defense against microorganisms. And the easiest way that allows us to increase the shelf life of our extract is to use preservatives. In this video, we're going to talk about the best preservatives we can use for water-based extracts. The best preservative used for water-based extracts is a combination of citric acid and potassium sorbate. Citric acid is a natural acid found in lemons, oranges, and other citrus fruits, and we add it to extracts to acidify their pH so it can prevent the growth of microbes and fungi. Keep in mind that citric acid alone is not a preservative. It just prepares the environment for potassium sorbate. Potassium sorbate is the potassium salt of sorbic acid, and it's a very safe food preservative that prevents the growth of fungi and mold. So how are they added? Once we've made our herbal extract, we first add citric acid to bring the extract's pH down to about 3.5 to 4.5. We add it drop by drop and measure the extract's pH either with a pH meter or pH paper until it reaches about 3.5 to 4.5. Then we add potassium sorbate at a rate of 0.1% of the extract's volume. It's better to first dissolve the potassium sorbate in a little water and then add it to the final extract. With this mixture, our extract will last up to 1 month at room temperature. And if we keep it in the refrigerator, which is always better for extracts, it will last up to 2 months. Always try to use dark, lidded glass containers for our extracts. The second preservative is a combination of sodium benzoate and citric acid. Sodium benzoate is an edible salt of benzoic acid and is one of the most common and safest preservatives, preventing the growth of bacteria and fungi. The amount used is 0.1% of the volume of our extract. The preparation steps are exactly the same as for potassium sorbate. First, we add citric acid to the extract to acidify the environment. Then, we dissolve 0.1% of sodium benzoate in a little water, and finally add it to our extract. As for which one is better, both are good and we can use either. Potassium sorbate is more effective against fungi and molds and a bit weaker against bacteria, but it doesn't change the taste of our extract. Sodium benzoate affects a wider range of bacteria, but it makes the extract taste a bit bitter. To get the best combination and be sure that fungi and bacteria won't grow, we use a mix of potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, and citric acid. The amount and steps for making it are as follows. We add citric acid to the extract to control its pH. Next, we dissolve 0.1% potassium sorbate in a little water. Once it's fully dissolved, we add it to the extract. And finally, we dissolve 0.05% sodium benzoate in a bit of water and add that to the extract as well. We use a smaller amount because we've also added potassium sorbate, and the combination of these two substances completely prevents the growth of bacteria and fungi. With this mixture, our edible extracts can easily last up to 2 months.